I recently attempted the TCF, the almighty TCF exam. In the space of 5 months, I was able to attempt the exam and I was able to pass. Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde. I've been a student at French Realm for some time now, and it has been a wonderful experience. I met Tutor Molara and I messaged concerning me wanting to learn French and me wanting to write the TCF exam, and and we started classes. I would say the curriculum is is designed in a progressive manner that you start at the beginner level and you gradually move to intermediate, then experts. And I would say you get, even if the class is 1 hour, you get value for your money. It's a very effective time. You learn. The class starts exactly on time. The tutor is always on time and ends at 1 hour, and it's left to the student to constantly practice, go over what has been taught in class, and practice in preparation for the next class. And I would say in a period of 5 months I was able to attempt the TCF exam, thanks to the wonderful tutelage from the tutor, our encouragement, the practice questions, and some projects went a long way in getting all these assignments. Wasn't easy, but it went a long way in boosting my confidence, like the presentable, and the question and answer, how to ask questions in French was what came out in the TCF exam, especially the speaking. And of course the writing practice and past questions really did a lot in preparing me for the exam. The tutor, what I like about her is that she's always on time. And she's very pleasant. There's a way she teaches, because she can relate to you, so it's easy for her to explain it in your own language, so it's easy for you to understand. You understand the reason why it's being said in a certain way. She teaches very well. She's a very good tutor, and she's always on time. Those are the 2 things I like the most. And when she wants to correct you, she corrects you in love. Some people correct you, but there's a way she corrects you that you don't feel so bad about it, so about your mistakes. She's always ready to, when I send in my writings at any time of the day, even when I don't have classes, she's always ready to respond, answer my questions, and correct my writings. I really appreciate that about her. Attempting the TCF, I wouldn't say it was a walk in the park, but I'm happy that I was able to attempt it in a very short period, and I was able to pass the exam thanks to the tutor, our encouragement, and our prayers. I mean, I went in for the exam, and immediately after the exam I called her, like, telling her how the exam went, and I found out she had been praying and fasting for me to pass and find God's favor. And I'm like, wow, I was dazed. I was, like, who holds your hand through, who teaches you and holds your hand through the exam? You can only find out at French Realm. I haven't seen anyone or heard of anyone, pray for their students to pass. The teacher did a lot in building my confidence. She encouraged me. You can do it. You know enough. And really, attempting the exam, I saw that I was good enough. I didn't have to. Of course, there's always room for improvement. You have to always continue to speak, practice the language, and you eventually get better. But in the space of 5 months, I was able to attempt the exam and I was able to pass. I'll say yes, attempting the TCF was very easy thanks to our encouragement at teaching, and within a very short period I was able to, and I met people that had been learning French for years. We wrote the same exam, you know, and I was able to pass. So I really appreciate that about French realm. The tutor is a very patient person, I must say. She's very, like, she knows French. She's a very good teacher. She is prompt. She keeps to time. She's never late, as in never late. And sometimes I'll pray, I pray there's no French class today. Or, you know, when you're not ready for class, I pray my teacher comes. It's a lie. Your teacher is going to be in class before you even come to class. And, you know, she's very flexible. The curriculum is already designed in a progressive manner. Like, it's well designed. You learn, you start from the beginning and gradually progresses. And you know, it's very interesting. Some days you're learning via a video, some days you're learning via an article, some days you're learning, you know, it is not, even if the class is for an hour, it is very effective. I know people that have been in French classes that has lasted for 2 hours, and half the time the teacher is late, half the time they're doing they're just chatting and reading. 1 hour, very effective 1 hour, and you would really learn in 1 hour. And it's left to the student to go over the note and inculcate all that has been taught. The curriculum is well designed, I must say. Very wonderful person. She's very patient. She's, you know, very easy. She can teach. She's a good teacher. Very easy to learn from her. She doesn't make it so difficult. She's very flexible. You know, some days you are learning through a video, some days you are learning through past questions, some days you are learning through an article. And you know, I must say, she's very organized and very prompt. She keeps to time. She's in class before you get there, and you're thinking, am I a serious student or an unserious student? She is very prompt and she keeps to time, and she is never tired of your questions. She's never tired of your questions. You can chat her up during the day. I think she's always willing to correct you and respond to your questions. And you know, she's a very pleasant person, very easy to get along with. In fact, my son said he wants to learn French because he's always in class when we're learning French, and he talks and he's starting to pick up little by little. So the tutor, she's a very good teacher. She's very patient. She keeps to time. She knows her stuff. She knows French. So, and I'll say you should try her out. So I'd just like to encourage anyone that wants to write the exam, that is wanting to learn French. It is possible, very doable. Like, you have the perfect person to help you and walk you through the process. And you know, the projects we did and the assignments and, you know, classwork is all going to help. And of course, you still need to study past questions, go over your notes, and I mean, you'll be able to pass and get the desired score that you want. If you want to learn French, French Realm is the place. So I would encourage anyone learning French right now and wants to write either TCF or TEF, please come to French Realm to learn. You would definitely get value for your money. And the assignments and projects you do are replication of what you eventually find in the exam. Of course, you have to do your own study. After class, you need to practice. You need to do your own work, constantly practice, do the past questions. And one thing I like about the tutor, she's always accessible. She's always accessible. If you message her, drop a message in the night, be sure you are going to get a response, like in the shortest possible time. Even sometimes during weekends, I write and I send the writing. She's always ready to correct, even when it is not class time, which is a very good attribute I like. If you need someone to, you know, hold your hand through the process of writing the exam, French Realm is the place. The tutor is someone that is very invested. I must say she is invested. When I say invested, I mean invested in you passing, like encouraging you to try. You can do it. Words of encouragement. In fact, she fasted all through the exam. I didn't even know that she was fasting. She was praying and fasting for me to pass the exam. I mean, who does that? How many teachers out there would you see that will pray you through an exam, or that will pray that you pass an exam? She was fasting. I came out of the exam, I called her, like told her how the exam went and everything, and she told me that she hasn't eaten, she has been praying for God's grace. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, wow, really? Wow. As in, I really appreciate that. Thank you to Omolara. Thank you so much for everything.